have hurt so many people and wouldn't have made so many mistakes. And I'd have been my own person in the Lord and helped a lot of people. A lot of people. Could have changed a lot of people's lives. Some people might be alive today. I mean, literally alive today had I, myself, just taken a different focus and had different value set. What motivates you? What takes up your time? What gets you going? How much do we really value the gospel? Is your heart's desire to see somebody come to salvation? I mean, is it your heart's desire? Is it a high value to you? Even more than your own needs or comforts? Do you really get turned on by doing ministry? Does it really bring you joy? Do you look for opportunities? I mean, do you look for opportunities? Some way to get the word in, to tell somebody else about Jesus and not preaching down to them. Guys, don't do that. You know, don't come off more righteous than somebody else. Here's the best, because I tried that one too. I'm telling you what, one of the most miserable things to go through is a brand new self-righteous person in the Lord. And that's me. And you go back and look at me when I first became a Christian, and I went out to the maintenance van, and I'm on the maintenance van now. All right, all you folks, put out them cigarettes. You know, and hey, you quit that talking. And anyhow, I just became totally obnoxious. And I was telling people, you know, and preaching down to them, and you know, and I wondered why I wasn't bringing a whole lot of people to the Lord. They couldn't wait for me to get off the van. And it wasn't good. But I had zeal. I just had zeal without knowledge. But here's the thing. When I began to really grow in my relationship with Jesus Christ, and as He continued to change my life, I found this secret. And the secret is this: share your story. Share your story. You remember Mark chapter 5, the Crazy Harry? I've told you that sermon before, right? Crazy Harry? And the guy that was possessed with all the demons, and Jesus cast all those demons out of him. And of course, Harry wanted to go hang out with Jesus, and Jesus said, no, you're not going to hang out with me. He said, go home and enter seminary and get a Bible degree, and then, you know, start working at, find a good church and start working there full time. Is that what it says? No. I'm just seeing who's still with me. No. Does anybody know what Jesus told that guy to do?
Tell your family and friends.
Yep.
Go home, tell your family and your friends. Here's what he has to do. Here's his assignment. Tell them what the Lord has done for you, and that's what we need to do. Go share that story. There's power in that story of specifically what Jesus has done for you, because then people want to know how they can receive Jesus and have their own story. Do you look for opportunities for the conversation to turn that way? Do you pray for those opportunities? Do we pray for God's Spirit to come and fill this place? Do you pray for opportunities to possibly share the gospel with teachers in this place who can have influence on students, for the mayor, for the city manager, for board members, for business people? Do we look for opportunities to work with the shakers and the movers, the influential people, if you will, and convert them to Jesus Christ? Or do you sometimes think, I can't do that? Tom, that's easy for you to say. You're in full-time ministry. I got a job. You got a job. Your job gets in the way. Oh, is it? Is it really an obstacle? Is your job really an obstacle? You're not in prison. And some of you say, well, that's one of the same, my job in prison. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, we baptized people. We brought people to faith. When I was working in the military, when I was overseas, not me, everybody that still had the same focus of Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter if you're in a job. Of course you're in a job. Of course you have challenges. Of course you have obstacles. If the gospel and salvation is what you value, you'll find opportunities. And those obstacles you'll find out through prayer can actually become opportunities. When I was 12 hours on duty, we have these exercises, these military games. I was 12 hours at the same place. That wasn't an obstacle. I also had 12 hours with other people who couldn't get away from me. By the way, Rome thought they had Paul chained up and captive. No! Paul said, I have you, 4 guards, chained to me, captive audiences, to hear about Jesus every single day. What a difference. Paul's not in prison. These guys are in prison. What a difference. You got a job? That's great. Thank God you have a job. That's a great opportunity. Got to work a lot of hours? That's fine. If this is your focus, if this is your value, then you will find opportunities, not obstacles. Be praying for it. See, actually, the darker the situation, the brighter you shine. And we'll look at that in Philippians chapter 2. Is your joy like this, like stock market up and down, up and down? No? Depends on what's going on. Whether you got a bonus this week, or your health is in good health, or all these outward things. Is that what your joy is dependent on? Outward circumstances? Do pleasure, possessions, popularity, preeminence, prestige, power, and all these things, personal ambition, do these things drive your joy? If so, if all those things I just mentioned are what drive your joy up and down, then be prepared to be down a lot, because all of those things will let us down. Be prepared for disappointment, discouragement, and depression. But is your joy tied to the progress of the gospel? To a lifetime of ministry? Fix your heart on the things of God, and your joy will be never ending.